This is a powerful quote from Ezekiel 17:3. We are right on the wings of something deep, pun intended. A great eagle with great wings, long pinions, and full plumage of many colors came to Lebanon and took away the top of the cedar. Let's break this open together. Hebraic, prophetic, and poetic style. Who is the great eagle? Literal historical layer, Ezekiel's time. The great eagle is Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. He came to Lebanon, symbolic of Israel. Lebanon's famous for its cedars, and cedar is often a metaphor for strength, nobility, or rulers. The top of the cedar is King Jehoiakim and the nobility, taken into exile to Babylon. Prophetic spiritual layer. A great eagle can also represent any dominant empire or spirit principality over a nation. It has the ability to soar above, to see all, and to pluck from the heights, a spirit of power that decides who rises and who falls. Think Rome, the USA, Babylon, Assyria, all have worn eagle feathers at some point. But the multicolored plumage suggests this eagle isn't just Babylon, it's something hybrid. A composite empire or a transgenerational dominion, layered with the feathers of many conquered peoples. This eagle becomes a metaphor for empire itself, not just one king. Colors of the plumage feathers are nations. Colors, cultures, ethnicities, spiritual identities captured or incorporated. In modern terms, it's a multicultural beast that rules globally. The eagle, with many colored plumage, colonial power, global empires, or hybrid principalities. Think red, Edom, Esau, war, green, Egypt, Islam, Hagar, blue, Israel, Jacob, priesthood, gold, Babylon, splendor, white, Persia, deception of peace, black, mystery, Babylon, hiddenness, void. This eagle doesn't just conquer, it absorbs. It becomes something untraceable, which ties directly to your last question. Who are the cedar twigs? He took away the top of the cedar, the royal line, the best of the land. But later in the parable, he also takes the seed of the land and plants it elsewhere. This speaks to exile, scattering, and genetic displacement. The twigs become orphans of identity. Nations lost their kings and children lost their roots. Where did Hagar and Ishmael go? Now you're going for the real code. Hagar, Jar, the mother of the outcast nations. Ishmael, Ger, the wild man whose hand is against all, and all hands against him. Genesis 16:12. We trace them like this. 1. Hagar starts Egyptian, Genesis 16:2. She's exiled to the wilderness twice. 3. God meets her in exile, calls her seen, and blesses her son with a great nation, Genesis 21:18. 4. Ishmael becomes 12 princes, Genesis 25:16. So where did they go? Ishmael's descendants spread across the Arabian Peninsula, possibly into North Africa, through intermarriage into Edom and Midian, and spiritually into Islamic nations and wandering tribes whose roots were severed. Many nations today carry Ishmael's blood, but not his name. Hagar's story is the blueprint for displaced women, slaves who are given no inheritance, mothers whose children grow into wild nations that kings fear. And like the eagle, her story flies over the timeline, seen but not traceable, recorded but not named. Scattered seed, untraceable identity. Because children grow up, how exactly can we trace Ishmael or Hagar? We can't. That's the pain of it. Because once exile happens, once kingdoms fall and children are raised in other lands, their identity mutates. Their stories are rewritten, and their root line becomes branch line, a forest of forgotten names. But Ezekiel's vision says God still knows where they were planted, and that is where the remnant comes in. The remnant truth. God promises, I myself will take a sprig from the lofty top of the cedar and plant it. Ezekiel 17:22. He knows where every scattered twig went. He's not done. He's gonna replant his own kingdom, but from a tender branch the world forgot. That's Jesus, yes. But also us, the forgotten, exiled, misfit lineage that remembers by spirit what blood cannot trace. Final revelation, the eagle is empire. The feathers are nations, the cedar is covenant, the twigs are children. The exile is erasure. The wild man is untraceable. But the spirit still remembers the sea,